Hello and welcome to my training. My name is Chuck Holmes. I'm a network marketing professional. In today's training, we're going to talk about the art of three-way calls. I'll explain what it is, why you should use one, tips for success. I'll even do a little bit of role playing and give you an example of how it could work. So what is a three-way call? It's when you connect your prospect with someone else in your upline. It could be your sponsor, your coach, your mentor. You connect them in a phone conversation with the three of you, and you let your upline or your coach answer your prospect's questions, overcome any objections they have, and close the sale. Basically, you're leveraging your sponsor or your coach's expertise. So why are three-way calls so important? It gives you third-party validation. It allows your prospect to hear from someone who is already successful in the business and knows what they're talking about. It's also great training. When you participate in a three-way call and you listen to your mentor, talk to your prospect a few times, it's probably the easiest and best way to learn what to say and what to do when you're talking with prospects. It also allows new people to get started without having to know everything themselves. It teaches team members how to answer questions and handle objections. And finally, it takes the focus off you. If you're doing a three-way call with your prospect and your coach, you're now removing yourself from the equation. You're letting your coach talk to your prospect, which is actually a very good thing. When should you use a three-way call in your business? Here are a few examples of when it might be good to use one. After a prospect has watched a video presentation about your products or business, assuming they have some questions and they want to learn more, you only want to do a three-way call if the prospect has given you permission to do one. Never surprise your prospect by having your coach on the line without their permission. It's really a fast way to make someone upset. If your prospect is still sitting on the fence, that's a good time to do a three-way call. If your prospect has lots of questions that you can't answer, that's a great time to do a three-way call. If you think your upline can close the person and you can't, maybe you have a prospect that you're a little bit intimidated by, and you don't really have the skills you need, but you think your coach can do it, that's a great time to do a three-way call. If you don't know what to say or do, that's obviously a really good time to do a three-way call. You want to schedule a three-way call and never do a random one. Most importantly, don't try to force your prospect into doing a three-way call. Not every prospect is going to want to get on the phone with someone they don't know, with someone else, and potentially be sold to. So if they're giving you a bunch of objections and they're stalling, don't pressure them, don't hype them, just let it go. Finally, not every prospect needs to be connected with your three-way call leader or expert. If someone is negative, if they're skeptical, if they're cynical, if they haven't watched a video or they just don't see an opportunity for themselves, save your time, your prospect's time, and your leader's time by not utilizing a three-way call. This is the objective of a three-way call. You're connecting your coach with your prospect so your coach can answer your prospect's questions and objections. It gives added credibility to the company, the products, the industry, and the team member. The objective is to sign up your new person and help them get started, assuming that's what's going to be the best fit for them. The upline leads the conversation and closes the sale while the new team member listens and learns. They don't interrupt. They don't say anything unless they're asked to speak. They're really on the phone to listen and learn while their coach talks to their prospect for them. This is the process of doing a three-way call with your prospect and your coach. You want to schedule it ahead of time, like we mentioned earlier. You want to educate your upline or your coach about your prospect before the call. Give them any important information you have about your prospect so they can have that knowledge going into the call and be prepared. At the set time of the call, it's your job to call your prospect and then three-way call them into your coach or your sponsor's line, whoever's doing the call with you. You want to introduce your prospect to your coach, and then you want to edify your upline properly to give them instant credibility. After the introductions are complete, be quiet, do not interrupt, and let the upline do the rest of the talking. Let me just do a real quick role playing, a little bit of an example. It's just me, but I think I can help you out. And let's say that Mike is my coach and Joe is my prospect. So this is what I would do. I would get Joe on the phone and I would say, look, Joe, what we're going to do right now is we're going to three-way call Mike into this conversation. Just hold on 1 second, please. Once Mike gets on the phone, this is what I'm going to say. Mike, I would like to introduce you to Joe. Joe has taken a look at the business. He's interested in getting started, but he does have a few questions that I wasn't able to answer, and I'm hoping you could help me with that. Joe, what I want you to know about Mike is very successful in the business. He's been with the company for 3 years. He's currently one of their top earners. He's helped hundreds of people become successful in the business. He's my coach. He's my friend, and I know he can help you. Now, what I'm going to do at this point, I'm going to pause. I'm not going to talk. I'm going to let Mike take over and talk to Joe. And if Mike is smart, which he is, the coach, he's going to edify me to my prospect. So he's going to say, all right, Joe, before I answer your questions, I just want you to know that you're really lucky to be working with Chuck. He's really serious about the business. He's an up and comer. I know he's going to do great things here, and I know he's going to be able to help you reach your goals. Then what he's going to do, he's going to get into the questions or objections that my prospect has, answer them, and ideally get the person signed up. That's how a three-way call works. It's actually a beautiful thing when it's done. I encourage you to leverage those with your coach, with your sponsor, with your upline as much as possible. In conclusion, the three-way call is your friend. You want to schedule three-way calls ahead of time. You want to introduce your prospect. You want to then edify your upline and then be quiet and listen, and only do three-way calls with serious prospects who have already watched a presentation and simply want additional information that you can't help them with. Real quick about me, my name is Chuck Holmes. I'm a network marketing professional. I'm a top earner in my company. My cell phone is 443-421-8260. If you want to get in touch with me, my email is mrchuckholmes@gmail.com. You can learn more about my opportunity at startafunbiz.com. That's startafunbiz.com. You can also check out my website at onlinemlmcommunity.com. That's onlinemlmcommunity.com. Thanks for listening. Have a great day. I'll see you at the top, and I look forward to connecting. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on this video and this podcast. Thanks again.